Let's talk about Jill Stein. As most of you know, I've been saying that Jill Stein's campaign stunk from the get go. And every time I say it, people get mad, people cancel memberships, people send me angry messages. But you know that I don't sugarcoat my views on the show. If I'm going to say something that will anger people, I'm okay with that as long as it's what I actually believe. And that has been sort of the guiding principle on the show. The latest with Jill Stein is that there seems to be something really weird going on with those millions of dollars that Jill Stein raised to pay for a recount of the 2016 presidential election in some key swing states. And from the beginning, I was asking, number one, from a legal standpoint, can Jill Stein demand or trigger a recount for elections that she definitely didn't win? In other words, does she have standing to request or demand or force a recount in a state where either Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton won? I don't know what the answer was to that, but it ended up being merely academic because it never moved forward. And from day one, it stunk to high heaven that Jill Stein, after appearing at an event in Russia with Michael Flynn and Vladimir Putin, immediately dismissed the possibility that Russia made any attempts to influence the 2016 election, but immediately started raising millions of dollars for these nebulous recounts that it wasn't even clear whether she could get started because of standing issues. But she raised $7 million from people who wanted the recounts in those few states. It has been about a year and a half. The Stein campaign has not filed an FEC report since September of 2017. It's been almost a year. And the campaign said about a month and a half ago that they have only $932,000 in recount funds left. Where did the other $6 million go? How did Jill Stein and her campaign spend $6 million in 16 months? And why did they stop filing reports about that spending? And the Daily Beast reached out to Jill Stein's attorney, Jonathan Abadie, who said, well, you know, the recount effort is continuing. First of all, I want to know what specific, realistic recount efforts are underway. How is the money being spent for furthering those recount efforts? Jill Stein's campaign spokesperson says that there still could be a recount and that the Stein campaign is also bringing another challenge regarding inspecting voting software that was used in some states. I'm having a very hard time believing that any of this stuff is actually going to happen. And bigger picture, we need her campaign held accountable for not reporting their spending, right? The FEC has already warned Jill Stein about this. There has been a half a year of spending unaccounted for that the FEC wrote to her about in May. And then, of course, this goes fundamentally to Jill Stein's honesty or lack thereof. Her campaign made the promise that any leftover money, the roughly 161,000 donors who donated, would get to decide how the money is used. Not only has that not happened, 6/7 of the money is gone. 6 million of the $7 million is gone without a single recount and without actually being accounted for. And I'm not patting myself on the back. I and many others warned people about donating. Kurt Eichenwald warned people about donating. Jill Stein has been refusing to cooperate with the Russia investigation. She has not filed the appropriate reports about the spending. I'm not surprised at all by this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit hard to believe that they just took the money and ran, though, because this was all done in public, right? They were asking for recount money, you know, out in the public square. So that would be quite brazen to do, don't you think? I mean, it's not like they're doing some underground secretive thing where they're trying to come up with some Ponzi scheme here.
We don't know what they're doing, right? We don't know what they're doing because $6 million has been spent and they haven't filed any spending reports in September. And we don't know what's going on with the recounts, which they simply claim are continuing. It's almost the next election, right? It's almost November of 2018. Now, if you don't like the story, if you don't like me doing this story, don't tell me I'm a Democratic shill, because I'm not. Don't tell me I'm a Russia bot. And I don't mean, that's actually, that I should clarify what I mean by that. That has a couple meanings right now. I don't mean that people are accusing me of being a Russian bot. What I mean is a sort of focus only on Russia and believe every single story uncritically about Russia, because I'm not. Tell me specifically what I'm wrong about on the facts regarding what Jill Stein said and what Jill Stein and her campaign have or have not done. And then we can have a conversation about that. But don't just riddle me with ad hominems on social media because you don't like the fact that I'm talking about this. But I do want to hear from you. Send me your thoughts. I'm on Twitter at @dpakman. Quick break, back after this. Today's program is made possible in part by Warby Parker eyeglasses, which I now have 2 pairs of. Warby Parker offers a free 5-day in-home trial of their glasses. You try 5 pairs, you see which you like. I wear contact lenses on the show, but I often wear glasses at night and on weekends. And both of my pairs of Warby Parker glasses are great. I did the free at-home trial. I picked 5 frames that I liked on their website. They sent them to me. I picked the one I liked the most, sent them back, typed in my prescription online, and soon I got my finished glasses with my prescription in the mail. And I love this because when I'm at a glasses store trying on glasses, I can't really figure out if I like them because I feel the pressure of the salesperson's gaze on me. I want to show the glasses to other people. I need time to figure out which glasses I want to commit to. And the eyeglass industry is also controlled by a tiny number of companies, which keeps prices very high. I even know people who have spent over $300 for a pair of glasses. But with Warby Parker, their start at just $95. That's what mine cost. To try the 5 pairs and support the David Pakman Show, go to warbyparkertrial.com/TDPS.